Hello everyone, this is Hank. Today I'm back for another episode of the Adobe Camera Raw in the new series I recently started called Photoshop for the Casual Photographers. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the color mixer panel within the ACR. And as you can tell that you have a mixer, the choice between the mixer and the point color. Okay, these are two different methods of changing lights, not lights, colors in ACR. And point color is a relatively new addition, and each of these are complicated enough that I feel that I need to break them into two separate videos. So this video today, I'm going to talk about just the mixer part of it, okay? So in the next video, we're going to talk about point color. Okay, so with the mixer one, to tell you the honest truth, I do not remember what the default view looked like because, Photoshop ACR has the real advantage and also a disadvantage of remembering everything that you last set. And the next time you turn it on and use it, then it continue where you left it off. And that is great for a lot of people. But once in a while, you can't even remember what the default was. In my case, I no longer remember. I think this is the default. But don't quote me for that, okay? It doesn't really matter. We're going to explore everything anyway. So in this color mixer, okay, you have a choice to adjust color and something else. So when you click on this, you find out what they let you do. Okay, so color, as it suggests, is that you can change the hue, saturation, and the luminance of a certain color. Okay, here, this is red. You can choose orange, yellow, green, aqua, blue, purple, magenta, and all of them. Okay, so you can just click here and then it'll display all of them for you to change. Okay, if you already know a certain color that you want to change, then just to abbreviate it, you can, for example, today in this photo, as you can see, there's a lot of yellow. So yellow, definitely one of them. Okay, so if we click on yellow, and then we can just change the hue, the saturation, and luminance of those. Okay, so that's color. Now what about HSL? HSL, okay, let's go back here first. In the color, you get to choose the color, which is yellow in this example, and then within the color that you choose, okay, you can change hue, saturation, luminance. When you choose, and if you haven't guessed, HSL here, okay, is short for hue, saturation, luminance. Okay, so if you choose HSL here, instead of picking the color, then you adjust the HSL. Okay, here you pick the H or the S or the L and you adjust it per the color. It's just a different way of doing it. Okay, but you notice, like, in the HSL choice, you have a targeted adjustment tool, which I will explain what that is in a moment. But in the color, you have no such thing. Okay, so for that reason, I think a lot of people, myself for sure, I prefer to use HSL because I have access to that. And, the actual control is different, but it's basically the same. So, but I'll just kind of quickly go through each. Okay, so for example, in this example, you have the color, right? And I have chosen yellow because there are trees with yellow leaves on it. And right now, the yellow leaves nestle among the pine trees that are supposed to be evergreen, but they have a lot of yellow in it as well. So right now it's kind of hard to discern which is which. So when in the actual scenery, you can tell very well with your eyes, but the cameras don't always resolve it for you, especially when you take it in RAW. So this is a JPEG, but I just took the RAW and changed to JPEG for the purpose of lightening the processing load. That because I'm using my laptop and it's kind of a little bit underpowered. So, but there's no other reason for that, for using a JPEG. But all right, so so our purpose is to increase, the vibrancy and everything, make the color yellow pop more so that you can tell. Okay, because right now the green and the yellow are too much alike. So with that in mind, okay, so let's talk about hue. What exactly is hue anyway? Hue is a term that, if you can just simply think of it as like, with the hue you can change the color. You can change the hue of the color. Okay, so as is shown here, okay, to the right, it will be more green if you go toward that, and to the left, it will be more orange for the color yellow. Okay, so I certainly don't want to turn it into a green, because if I go here, then everything is green. I lose my yellow leaves, right? I go over here, everything is orange. Okay, so that is better than yellow alone, right? So the key is moderation. So if I just turn the hue to like -17 or something like that, and then it's still yellow, but it has some orange in it, which is completely okay. Okay, the problem with doing this is like every single element that has yellow will be a little bit orangey, including the pine trees, which supposed to be evergreen, but they are not completely green. They have a lot of yellow in them. Okay, so later when we talk about the masking, okay, then when we create our mask, then we can isolate the colors better if we need to. Okay, so right now if you change the yellow to be more orangey, every single yellow element within the photo is going to have the orange change as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so now the saturation makes the color more saturated, meaning that it's deeper color, right? Or lighter color if you go the other way. You can turn it into black and white if you want to. So if I go saturation all the way over left, because there's a lot of yellow in this one, so this one is almost black and white, right? Not quite, but you can see that it's a significant reduction in color. You go over here all the way, and then it's significantly more yellowy. Okay, you got to strike a balance somewhere so that it doesn't look fake. Okay, but it's still pretty. So that is kind of hard to say. So right now, for the sake of example, I'm going to choose 43. Okay, and then the luminance is the brightness of the color. Okay, so if I crank it up, the yellow is going to be more bright. If I go over left, the yellow is going to be like completely dark. And as you can tell, when you change the luminance, your color actually change with it. Because that's the way our eyes see colors anyway. The darker color make it change. The darker and the lighter color change the. Okay, so for example, like now I increase the luminance, all of a sudden my saturation looks less because when it's brighter, the colors are not as saturated. So at this point, after you do the luminance, and then you might want to crank the saturation up a little bit more to compensate for the loss of saturation due to the increased luminance. Okay, so that is like in this example. Okay, I've done the yellow to make it a little bit better, but now the pine trees are also a little bit more yellow, right? So the pine tree, I know that got a lot of green in them, so I'm going to go to the green one, okay, and I will make the green element more green by changing the hue. Okay, but you got to find a balance because otherwise it'll look fake. And then you can do the saturation. And the luminance, you don't really want to increase it because I want the yellow to pop, not the blue, the green. So I'm gonna like just lower the luminance. Okay, so basically you can tell the difference between before and after. Okay, so you have like made the color pop a lot more, improved the thing. Okay, but as I mentioned before, everything you change kind of affect the whole picture. So there's a limit somewhere that you can do. Okay, so that's the extent of the colors. You can do the color, but as I mentioned before, I prefer HSL, okay, because I have a targeted adjustment tool, which is more versatile in some case. So when I go over here, you notice like everything I made the changes over there carry over, okay, because they one of the same. It's just different representation. So I don't really lose anything by switching between colors and HSL. Just different way of doing it. Okay, so now like many of you, I have trouble telling which color is which, okay, unless it's like too obvious, like the yellow and the green. Even that, I'm wrong half the time picking it. So the most reliable thing to pick here would be the targeted adjustment tool, because you can point to the color that you want via this tool. So it's very useful. So you have 3 of these tools, one for the hue, one for the saturation, one for the luminance. Okay, so depending on what you want to adjust, right? So for example, in this example, I look at the sky and I said, okay, the sky is not blue enough. Okay, so I wanted to make it more blue. So, and also it's too bright, and I wanted to reduce the luminance a little bit. So to make it more blue, I don't really want to change the color, right? So if I want to change the color, I would use a hue, but I want the color deeper, I change the saturation maybe. Let's try that. So you can just go up here and you can just click on the color you want, and then it will present you a choice between less saturated or more saturated. More saturation, okay, will make the color better, and it target that range, okay. Notice that it will also change the other one because it's the same color, literally. Okay, so now I want to make it a little bit darker. I just go to luminance. Okay, again, I'm going to choose this, and then I'll make it darker by going like that. Okay, so here too, make it darker by going like that. But you got to kind of strike a balance because of the effect here. Okay, and if you overdo it, it's going to look fake. But in this example, I'm kind of exaggerated a little bit too much. So maybe I'll back it off by a little bit. So it's not completely, thick, too thick. Okay, so at this point, I have made some changes. Okay, for example, this one here, it's kind of hard to tell what color that is. Maybe I want it to be a little darker. Maybe even more saturated. I'm going to saturate it first. Actually, that doesn't do what I wanted it to do. So I'm going to make this thing brighter so they pop more. Okay, and in this hue here, I think this color here is a little bit too green. I'm going to move it over a little bit. I want this thing to be really green. Okay, the problem is that without masking, you change one thing and then the other thing got changed as well. So that is kind of something that you have to live with. Right? In the saturation, I want the yellow to be more saturated. So I'm going to go here. I'm saturating the yellow, and then I want the yellow to be just a tad more orange. I'm pulling that. Because you can see that the HSL, because of a targeted adjustment tool, it's a lot easier for you to do, a little faster to do it, okay? But color, saturation, that's all the same. Okay, so now everything I adjusted in the HSL, it will reflect in the color. So if I will choose all of the color here, now okay, like the orange got affected, the yellow obviously got affected, the green got affected, but sprinkling, okay, the blue also get affected. Okay, so so due to the changes we done in the HSL panel. So HSL and color are interchangeable, just different method of using it. I would recommend you're using HSL if you want the targeted adjustment tool. Other than that, either one is fine. Okay, with that, I'm going to stop the video here. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the point color. Okay, with that, I would like to thank you so much for staying with me until the end. And I would very much appreciate a like from you. And also, if you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate a subscription. Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.